Hey, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. So a couple months back, I made this video. How to save the DC film universe. It was the passionate ramblings of a pretentious hack, that hack being me. And at the time of that video, there was no clear direction, no clear captain of the DC film, DC extended DC universe ship. But now, there is. They have hired and are ready to fire off the gun. And I just want to talk about just how exciting, meaningful, hopeful that makes me. But first, this video is brought to you by my Patreon page. If you like me, if you hate me, which makes sense, but enjoy my work and have an extra buck to spare, the Patreon page goes a long way in helping make the videos better and to keeping me well fed and alive. Starting at just $1 a month, you get to see the videos early as soon as they are done and my soul is dead. You get exclusive access to cool behind the scenes like scripts, rough cuts, unreleased short films, and sneak peeks of my upcoming work. And this month, I'm starting a monthly Q&A exclusive to you supporters. Ask me anything and everything and I will answer. So head on over to patreon.com/HiTopFilms. Life has been crazy and I thank all of you for your consistent love and support. Without you, I would not be able to create full time and would not be able to share my passion. And that is truthfully the most special gift you all have given me. So from the bottom of my heart, I thank all of you. James Francis Gunn, Jimmy Gunn, James Gunn has always been an inspiration. Long before I ever saw Guardians of the Galaxy, I saw Super. It was crude, psychotic, violent, but deeply moving. And that's kind of James's thing, right? He'll make a dick joke before blowing a load of colorful displays of manic violence and then top the audience off with an emotional gut punch. And 90% of the time, it works. He manages, no matter how big or small the project is, to keep his voice, keep his style. His films are gigantic genre films, but they all have the tender empathy that is severely lacking in 92% of these mass appealing joyrides. His characters are misunderstood, flawed, pained, hurt, angry, and we get to watch them lash out at the world and hopefully find love within each other. They do not save the cat, they pet the fucking rat. Marvel has Kevin Feige. Kevin is a mass-appealing marketing money factory. Kevin is a genius, but Kevin Feige is a producer. DC now has that in Peter Safran. A Google search will tell you that Peter has taken a chance on visionaries, whether the budget is shoestring or a full-on pair of sneakers. He's also been a business partner, a manager, and a friend to James Gunn for a long time. But James is a filmmaker, a storyteller. He always has been. The beauty of this is that James understands the struggle that filmmakers, writers have to go through. The amount of effort it takes to get one line of dialogue heard, one frame seen, one emotion felt. His story has always been an inspiration, a path to follow. The Origin of the Gunn. James started making movies when we all started to create. Childhood.
So I started making Super 8 movies when I was 11 and 12. I think I just was always a very creative guy, so I did a lot of different things. I made movies, I drew comic strips and comic books, and I felt like comic books were the center of my life, and then I started to turn 12, 13 or so, and then movies were the center of my life.
And he kept going. He got older, kept playing music, kept creating. He was depressed, anxious, a wreck like most of us, and he kept going. He got sober and started writing novels, monologues. Eventually that led him to get a job at Troma. He was hired to write Tromeo and Juliet, a $150 screenplay.
About $150.
And he kept going. He kept on writing, creating, eventually directing. His first feature bombed at the box office, but critics, audiences liked it. He kept going. His next film also bombed in theaters, but did really well on VOD. He kept going. He made the two most personal Marvel movies, most relatable if you ask me. Both of them exploring pain, the sharing of pain. How we too often isolate ourselves because of our trauma, and how the only way to truly feel love, understand love, allow yourself to feel love is by being able to share all parts of yourself, no matter how gross, no matter how dark. That grasp on the too little talked about struggles we all go through, being at the center of a colorful punk rock space space opera, that was a game changer. Then, he got canceled for gross, edgy jokes. Mickey could not have a flawed employee, even though the mouse's biggest cash cow is built around our flaws. James was at his lowest point.
100% thought it was over. 100% thought it was totally done. And 100% thought I might have to sell my house and figure out how I can conserve the money that I'd made so far to last for the rest of my life.
But he kept going and somehow, some way stayed 100% true to himself. I've always found his life, his career to be a push, a way to keep going, keep creating. I cannot help but think how cool it is that me and my goons, my friends, my buddies are doing what he once did, making films in our backyard. We're making a Jason Todd Robin movie in our hometown, not for fame or fortune, but because we love these characters and we just fucking love movies. Filmmaker Driven. With James Gunn at the helm, there is a strong chance that DC continues on its filmmaker-driven path. There is a chance that we will get the Ayer cut, the Snyderverse, all of it in some form or another. He's active on social media. He sees the cries from the fans that too often go unseen. He sees what we want and he knows what makes a good fucking movie, a great story. He doesn't pull any punches. He's not going to tell a director to cut down, to tone down the violence, the rawness, the heart. He's going to be a supporter, not an employer.
I think the thing for me is trying to bring, get other people that are going to make big spectacle films that aren't just going to sell their souls. It's a hard thing. I think there's a few of those people. I think Matthew Vaughn is one, and Matt Reeves is another. These are guys who are out there making big A-list films, really doing something unique and not just giving into nonsense.
He's going to do what he can, help in the ways he can to finally showcase our collective love, his love of the DC world. James gave us Starro, man, without needing to make fun of it, without needing to redesign it. He gave us empathy for Starro like he did for an abused raccoon, for a loving, talking tree. Since he's been in charge, he's tweeted out pictures of characters fans have wanted to see for years. He's been in charge less than a month and he's acknowledged that there's more to DC than just Batman and Superman. Guys, he was offered any character. He was offered Superman, but he turned it down for the Suicide Squad.
When they offered me Superman, I'm like, well, somebody's going to make a Superman movie. No, it's not like there's never going to be another Superman movie, but who's going to tell Polka Dot Man's story? If I don't tell it, nobody. It'll never get told. Someday there's going to be, whatever, every single supervillain you can think of, but not necessarily Starro. He's the guy that's going to get left out of having his movie told, his story told in a big way. So I want to tell Starro story.
We're more likely than ever before to get Swamp Things, specters, lanterns, magicians, archers, and all kinds of tortured souls trying to do some good. And with Gunn at the helm, these characters will be more than just iconography, more than just quips and costumes. They will be three-dimensional people. He's aware that there is an entire galaxy multiverse of complex, powerful, emotional stories that can be told, that will be told finally. And they will be told by filmmakers, by storytellers that have a unique voice, a point of view. Finally. There is a direction. Finally, there is a direct distinction. Finally, there is hope. As I was writing this video, thinking about it, I remembered being a kid and being able to dream, to make believe. I remember walking through the streets of Pittsburgh with my father. We didn't have a ton of cash, but we could always afford to dream. I pretended to be Batman while he would pretend to be Robin, Superman, Flash, or fucking Booster Gold. The greatest of superhero team-ups happened in the alleyways outside my elementary school. Joker, Lex Luthor, Gorilla Grodd, Ultra Humanite, Captain Freaking Cold. The most exciting of battles happened on the way to buy groceries. We would walk down the street and create stories in our head that took place in this world, this universe. We would make loud clangs and bangs, go on villainous tangents, punch the air, protect the invisible man in distress. Relationships are complicated, especially those we have with our parents, but those moments will always be some of my happiest, some of my most hopeful. I was so small, I felt so small. The world was so large, so scary, so painful. But pretending with my father, dreaming with him about the world of DC made me feel super. It's exciting, inspiring to see James Gunn, a filmmaker first, businessman second, be the one in charge of the dreams of an 8-year-old boy. He'll protect those dreams and the artists who are tasked with the incredible, unimaginable responsibility of honoring them, of keeping those dreams alive. Those dreams have the power to change the world, to change a life. And it's nice to know that one of the people at the top understands the importance of that. Hopefully, he can give us all, no matter how big or how small, young or old, hopefully, James Gunn can give us a new dream. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. If you want to check out our Jason Todd fan film, the teaser is linked down below. And I hope everyone has a lovely, 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 lovely day.